Hey Stephanie, I hope you're doing well. I just wanted to shoot you over a quick little video here in your email just to go over the colors that I added to your palette in case you had any questions about what the things were that I recommended for you. So I actually sent you a link that will bring you to what is called a wish list on Saint. And this is a new feature that we have, and we're able to just send some things in a wish list versus in a palette like this. But I did want to show you what your colors would look like once they're in your palette. So you have a 2-layer palette, which is a size 12, and this will fit everything that you need for your entire face in this one palette. This is the top layer that you have, and this is the second layer that it will be in your palette. So we're just going to walk through some of these colors, and if you have any questions once you take a look over everything on your list, then feel free to ask them. And I do also want to preface everything by saying that you do not have to get everything that is in this list. These are just my recommendations. So whatever fits in your budget is what I would recommend for you to get, because I want you to absolutely love this makeup just as much as I do. And also I will be here to do a one-on-one tutorial with you. We could do it on Zoom or on a FaceTime once you get your makeup. So essentially you get me as your makeup girl to help you with anything and everything as far as makeup is covered. So let's go ahead and get started. So when you are in your, when you are in your email, you'll click on the link that I provided, and it will carry you to this list that I've created. So when you look at this list, again, these are all just recommendations on things that I would say will work well for your skin tone, your eye color, and we'll also go over some tips and tricks based on some of your problem areas. I know you mentioned you have oily skin, have a little bit of trouble keeping makeup on your nose area, and have some redness as well, which I also have that redness, and this makeup covers it beautifully. So we're going to walk through these colors. The only 3 colors that I want you to make sure that you add to your bag are going to be your 3D foundation shades. And those are going to be the first 3 colors that we go over here. So you have your contour color, which is indigo. This is going to be used on your cheekbones, across the top of your forehead. You can do it underneath your jawline or on your nose, just to create some shadow and dimension on your face. It does look very dark. However, just know that once you apply it to your skin and you've blended it in, it does create that beautiful dimension. And this is a color that I personally love using as well. So I thought it would look beautiful on your skin tone and with your dark hair color. The second color in your 3D foundation is called Sandy. So Sandy is going to be like your foundation shade. It's going to match your skin tone, and it's going to go anywhere that your contour is not. So think of this as like a paint by numbers. Instead of applying layer after layer after layer of makeup, you're just putting those colors in the places where you need it. So everything on your face is just one layer versus having multiple layers of makeup. So Sandy is your main highlight. I think of it like the main color of your face, so your foundation color. And then Aura is going to be your brightening highlight. This color is going to act as a concealer color, so on the inner and outer corners of your eyes and down your T-zone area, which is going to bring some brightness to your face. So again, just creating that 3-dimensional look versus one flat color on your face. So those are your 3D foundation colors. Those are the shades that are specific to your skin tone that you'll want to make sure you add to your bag. The other colors are going to be shades that you can adjust if you'd like to. You can add these colors to your bag. You can take a look at some of the other colors on the side if you'd like to. But I did pick a few lip and cheek shades, and when I say lip and cheek, that just means that they're versatile in the sense that you can use them as a blush on your cheeks or a lipstick lip gloss on your lips. So I do love the versatility of this makeup. It's one of the reasons why I am just head over heels for it, because It's quick, it's fast, it's easy, and it's like straight to the point kind of stuff, right? So the first color is Spellbound, and if you'd like to take a look at the swatches in the bottom of the email that I included, that will show you what these lip and cheek colors actually look like once they're swatched on your skin, because they do look different on your skin versus when they are here in the tins. So Spellbound does look very dark. It's a really beautiful color for fall that I thought would complement your skin tone incredibly well. The second color is a fan favorite, especially for fall. It's called Desert Sunset. And the last lip and cheek color is Madrid, which I feel like can work well with any type of eye color that you're doing, eyeshadow look that you're doing. But I do think that it would look great on your skin tone. So I included those 3 colors. And once we finish looking at your list, I will show you on the site where you can take a look at the other shades that Saint has to offer as far as lip and cheek shades go. The next color is going to be a powder, which is Vanilla Dust. This is a setting powder. I will say that since you have oily skin, I personally like I'm sorry, this is a pressed powder. If I said loose, I meant pressed. It is a pressed powder. For myself, I have combination oily skin and I prefer a loose powder. So if you don't have a setting powder right now, or if you just need something very, very light, you're more than welcome to add this to your bag. However, like I said, for myself, I find that a loose powder works better than a pressed powder for oily or combination oily skin, especially if you want more of a matte look. So I included some recommendations in the email that I sent you. My absolute favorite is the Hourglass setting powder, which is not Saint, but that's perfectly fine because we want to use the products that are going to work best for our skin, yes, but also give us that look that we want to achieve. So I find that that works best in combination with the Saint creams for my skin type, and I feel like you might like it as well. But if you have a setting powder that you currently love, by all means, you can stick with that and try it out with the Saint creams and see how it goes. So let's keep moving on. The next color that you have is Bella Bronzer, and Bella is going to be a little bit different than like a contour color in the sense that your contours are a cooler tone, like indigo here at the bottom, and that's going to create a shadow on your face. Your bronzers are going to be a warmer tone, and it's going to give you that like kissed by the sun type of look. For myself, it gives me a little extra oomph. It makes me feel like I have a little extra life in my face, and it is probably my favorite item in my entire palette. I cannot go a day without Bella Bronzer. It is absolutely gorgeous and my all-time favorite bronzer that I've ever tried. So I always recommend my my customers grab that while they can. Next up is an illuminator. This is called Honey, and it is a cream illuminator. And when I say illuminator, it's basically like a highlighter in the makeup world that you would apply to the tops of your cheekbones. The creams that Saint has as their illuminators, they do have powders as well, but I find that the creams are a little more subtle and perfect for everyday wear. They're just going to give you that slight bit of dewiness, almost like a lit from within type of glow on your skin. And so I just tap it onto the tops of my cheekbones, on my nose, or even on top of my lip color. But I thought Honey would be gorgeous for fall and also look wonderful on your skin. The difference in the creams and the powder illuminators from Saint is that the powders are going to have a little more pop to them versus, like I said, the creams are a little more subtle. So I always like to start off with a cream, and then once you've gotten the feel for that, if you want to go and grab a powder later on, you're more than welcome to do that. Or if you're like Casey, I just want to go big or go home, if you want to grab a powder illuminator, by all means feel free to do that. Next up, we have some eyeshadow colors. I selected these eyeshadows that I thought would look great with your eye color. However, if you tend to lean more towards a different color scheme, just let me know, and I'm more than happy to share some different colors with you. So I have 3 shimmers and 3 mattes. The shimmers are not like a chunky glitter shimmer because nobody's got time for glitter all over your face, right? The shimmers are more of like a very velvety, smooth, like powder that have a really beautiful sheen to them. So I love the eyeshadows from Saint. They're very pigmented. They knock all of the other eyeshadow brands, in my opinion, out of the water. So Urban Decay, Anastasia Beverly Hills, Kat Von D. Like, I love these eyeshadows way more than I do any other eyeshadow brand. And I would say that I am an eyeshadow snob. But I do recognize a good quality when I see it, and these are absolutely wonderful. So, I included Drift, Sis, and You Complete Me. Those are going to be some shimmers. You can take a look at the swatches at the bottom of the email. And then Claire, Zion, and Revival are going to be your matte colors. Claire is, even though it looks more of like a brownish, orangish tone maybe on the website, it's definitely more of a really beautiful dusty rose color that I find beautiful as a transition shade or just an easy shade that you can wear for every day. So I also did include a palette, your palette 12, which you'll need to hold all of your makeup. And once you've added your colors to your bag, when you add your palette, you essentially get the palette for free. So while it does have a price here, you get palette credits as you add colors and these tins to your bag. And it will tell you how much you have as your palette credit, so you will essentially get your palette for free. You can change the design of your palette if you want to. You'll just go to the palettes and carries if you want to pick out a different size 12 palette, okay? And then I included a few brushes as my recommendations. The one brush, I would say, if you'd like to just get one brush for right now, the blush and bronzer brush is by far my favorite for applying all of my makeup and blending all of my makeup. Just the density of the bristles, the size of the brush, all of the brushes are double-ended, so you essentially get 2 for the price of 1. But this brush does an incredible job at blending my makeup. If you wanted to go with 2 brushes, I would go with the blush and bronzer and the detail brush. I specifically love the detail brush for applying my contour, and I love the smaller end of the detail brush for the smaller, hard to reach places like inners and outer corners of my eyes or around my nose, sweeping across my eyelid. It is an absolutely amazing brush. So those are my top 2 recommendations. If you don't have an eyeshadow brush that you love, the eyeshadow brush from Saint is my go-to, my holy grail. I use it every day to apply all of my eyeshadows, and it's almost like a breath of fresh air not having to use multiple eyeshadow brushes for one eyeshadow look. I use this one and done for everything, and I'm good to go. And then the brush cleaner from Saint is something that I use at least once a week to clean my brushes. The one reason why I recommend this over any other brush cleaner is in the simple fact that I can spritz a towel, swirl my brushes in the towel to clean my brushes, and then I don't have to wet them with water or let them dry. So it's very quick, very easy, and I can use them immediately after I've cleaned them. But it does disinfect and clean and condition your brushes all at the same time, and it smells amazing on top of that. So definitely a winner in my book. So if you don't have a brush cleaner, I would highly recommend that, just because if you use your brushes for too long without cleaning them, you will notice a product buildup, and that's going to cause your makeup to not apply as well. It might look cakey or uneven, and then also you'll harbor bacteria by not cleaning those brushes. So I definitely recommend doing that. So again, these are just my recommendations. The only things, honestly, that you want to make sure that you grab are your 3 colors here for your 3D foundation. Everything else is a recommendation, but I do love how everything just fits together so perfectly in that size 12 palette. So when you go to the menu, if you want to take a look at some of the other colors that are available, you can just tap on makeup. And from here, you have your highlight colors, your contour colors, illuminators. Keep scrolling and you'll see eyeshadow colors. Keep scrolling and you'll see your lip and cheek shade. So you can take a look at the gloss, the satin, the semi-gloss colors, and all of the swatches for these are in the bottom of that email, so you can take a look and see what they look like. Or if you want my opinion on any of them, I am more than happy to share with you some other examples if the colors that I chose are not what you would typically gravitate towards. So, and if you want to take a look at any of the other brushes and tools, feel free to check those out. And the different palettes. So your size is this orange one here, the size 12 palette. You can take a look at those, and then there's different colors that you can choose from. The black lace palette is going to be available on November 2nd. So that is actually a new release that customers can get their hands on November 2nd. So if you want to grab that one, then I would just be sure to wait until the 2nd to order your makeup. But if you have any other questions, please let me know. Do not hesitate to reach out. I'm more than happy to help in any way that I can. But I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. And again, once you add those colors from your list into your bag, you'll get free shipping after $50, and then you'll see your palette credits when you swipe over at the top. And you'll be able to see that you can get your palette for free once you've added your colors to your bag. So anyways, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your night, and we'll talk to you later.